Hey, what's up, guys? Jag from Jaggy Sports. It is April the 29th, 2022. Make sure you hit subscribe and subscribe to this channel, and you'll get hot takes like this one. Last night, or actually yesterday, Kyrie Irving, Nets point guard, superstar point guard, tweeted some controversial comments, mostly directed to media, including Stephen A. Smith, and the media was talking, Stephen A. Smith, me, and Perkins and others are talking about basketball. And basically, that's what it is about basketball. And Kyrie Irving, commented and tweeted about something else, about race. Now, he brought race into it, and Stephen A. Smith said that he would, yesterday, he said he was going to unleash his comments in regards to Kyrie Irving's comments. So check this clip out from Perkins and Stephen A. Smith, and their response, their unleashing of their response towards Mr. Kyrie Irving's comments. Jag from Jaggy Sports.
By the Boston Celtics, Kyrie's squad has been at the center of a lot of conversation, including on this show. Kyrie tweeting this yesterday. When I see my name or my brothers and sisters' names getting spun through the media, I refer to all my research about who they are. Their job is to control public perception, all while profiting off discussing, discrediting, and disrespecting people's lives for entertainment. He went on to say, I send shots at the puppet masters, not the puppets. All puppets do is run around society trying to gain popularity and state opinions. What a life. My name is worth billions to these corporations. My brothers and sisters who deal with this know exactly what I mean. Perkins joining the show. Big Perk. Here's my camera. Great to have you here, sir. You want to start?
Good to see you.
Can I start with Perk?
I already spoke. I want Kendrick Perkins. I want to hear what he has to say.
Perk, talk to me. Your response to what you just heard from Kyrie Irving, and obviously there were more tweets than what I just read.
I don't get it. I don't get it when it comes down to Kyrie and his Twitter fingers. And I say that to say this. Listen, you got swept by the Boston Celtics. You didn't win one game. What was that same energy when it was come between those lines against Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown and Marcus Smart and those boys who the ones that gave you that spanking? But here's another thing about Kyrie and a lot of other players around the league. We're talking about the game of basketball, man. The game of basketball. Me, Kendrick Perkins, right? A Shaq and the Fool MVP when I was in the league, made Shaq and the Fool plenty of times. Guess what? I went to sleep with the AC on 60 and the fan blowing in my face every damn night. Because at the end of the day, this is crazy to me. Who was Kyrie's mentor? Who did Kyrie look up to? The late, great Kobe Bryant. And God rest his soul. But if Kobe Bryant was here, I'm pretty sure he would be disappointed in the way that Kyrie is handling this particular situation. Kobe Bryant, when you talk about the Mamba mentality, Kobe Bryant, it wasn't always peaches and cream with Kobe. Kobe got criticized. Kobe took it like a man. Kobe bounced back in great fashion. Kobe Bryant was a guy that was the ultimate professional for his handling criticism, whether it was ups or downs. And to see Kyrie come out and lash out and all the time his cop-out is going at media, right? Let me attack the media. Why you didn't attack Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum, and Marcus Smart when you was between those lines? You had a good game one, a great game one. Then after that, we had to find you. We needed a flashlight. So I had to come on here, man, and I really didn't want to, come on here and let's go at another black man, because I hate when we're only talking basketball and somebody try to make it about black and white or make it about, his brothers are going against African Americans.
Right.
That is so disturbing to me. We're talking about basketball.
Kendrick Perkins, appreciate those sentiments. Don't disagree with you. But I'm going to go there because I think it's important. And you brought it up because I was going there anyway, so you led me to that. That's exactly what makes Kyrie Irving this particular morning very disgusting. And I'm just going to say that way. We are talking about basketball. But that's not where Kyrie is trying to direct us. With his delusional tendencies notwithstanding, what he's trying to do is make this about a race thing and talking about brothers going up against brothers. Then he calls us puppets, but he's saying, hey, well, you know what? I'm going to point the finger at the puppet masters. So we puppets now because we don't agree with him and we're willing to hold him accountable for not showing up to do his job. We're talking about basketball, a job that he signed up for. But since he wants to go race, let's do that. I'm happy to have that discussion. Name the time and place. I'll show up. Kyrie can invite whoever he wants to. All right? Kyrie could come up here. I promise you, I'll do the same thing I did for Colin Kaepernick. You have an open invitation. You want to sit up here across from me for 2 hours. I give you 2 hours, unedited, live television. I dare you to try to sit across from me and justify the nonsense you put up. I double dare you. Okay? I'll come on your own damn podcast. Okay? I'll come on with you and KD. You can't defend what you do. You can't defend your inactivity, your negligence as a professional in terms of your unwillingness to show up to work. And when we get down to brothers, let's talk about that for a second. You know, Kendrick Perkins, love you, my brother. You know that. And got my man Swagoo here. I'm smiling all morning because I got brothers like Keyshawn Johnson and Swagoo, Marcus Spears. I miss my brother Ryan Clark. I know he out here in Vegas somewhere chilling out, enjoying the sunshine while I'm in here in the studio early in the morning, but I'll get on him on another day. You know why I bring brothers like that up? Because when you got real brothers like that who are about being brothers, they'll hold you accountable if you're wrong. You see, when real knows real, when you hang out with the right people, when you associate yourself with the right people, you don't have to worry about the cloth that you wear, who you are, what you represent, or where you're coming from. There's been times where a guy like Steven Jackson, for all the smoke, has gotten on me and people are sitting up there, oh, Steven Jackson. They don't realize I love that brother because he ain't fake and he ain't phony. I don't agree with him sometimes, but I got love for him because he comes from a unique place. And if he got something to say, he going to roll right up on you and say it. He ain't going to hide. He ain't going to send some hanger on. He ain't going to send some representative or anything like that. He's going to do it for us. So is Matt Barnes. That's why everybody should listen to their podcast because they special dudes. We don't have to agree all the damn time, but I know they're real. I know they're authentic. Okay, my only issue with Steven Jackson is don't think somebody is telling us to say these things. This is how we feel. I'm responsible for my thoughts. I think that everybody knows the kind of position that I put in, that I'm in at this particular moment in time of my career. Not that I've ever done otherwise, but if ever there was a time where I'm free to express myself, it's now, the position that I sit in. And so my point is, these are my thoughts. This is how I feel. And it's based on Kyrie's resume. It's based on what Kyrie has done. Since winning the chip, what have you done? You sat up there, you forced your way out of Cleveland. You sat up there and threw LeBron James under the bus, then you apologized. You departed from Boston after making a promise to stay and then left, but then you want to castigate their fan base. You go to Brooklyn and you don't show up to work more than half the time, but you got your hand out for the money. But how, somehow, some way, we're puppets. Why are we puppets? Why? Because we actually work for our money and we don't take time off every chance we get? This is who Kyrie is, and this is who he has become. He has not progressed. He has regressed, okay? He's aloof. He's snobbish. He goes about the business of trying to give the impression that he's better and more intellectual and more in tune than other people, and he's willing to throw his own brothers under the bus while talking about brotherhood. Just because we said, damn, bro, can you show up to work? If that ain't egregious, I don't know what is. But like I said before you came on this show, Kendrick Perkins, and I'm going to say it again, Kyrie Irving, more than anything, you are a superstar, spectacular basketball player. Let me tell you what you ain't. Let me tell you what you ain't. You ain't a dude that's going to get the last word. I don't give a damn what microphone you have, what television camera you have, what support you think you have, or whatever the case may be. You ain't going to have the last word. That's reserved for people who actually show up to do their job. We ain't talking about race. We ain't talking about black versus white. We ain't talking about puppets or puppet masters. We ain't talking about the media. We ain't talking about peons. We're talking about you not wanting to show up to work, and you get swept, and you on the court smiling like you on vacation. Literally smiling like you on vacation after getting swept, and then going to a post-game locker room in front of the press and talks about how you are going to sit down with KD and management and plot out the future. You didn't even have the decency to really question whether or not you even deserve to be in that room planning anything. That should be reserved for people who show up to work, Kendrick Perkins. That's what should be reserved for.
You know what? I agree. And Stephen A. and Molly, look, let me ask y'all a question, or let me point this out to y'all, okay? And taking it a step further, when we talk about the quote-unquote brotherhood, and we talk about, brothers protecting brothers, and we're talking about the African-American community, okay? Here's the one problem that I have, and not just with Kyrie Irving, but others around that's voicing their opinion. Listen, if we all are fighting the same fight, it don't matter how we're fighting it. And I'm not talking about just basketball. If you choose to go a route and you choose to go out there on the streets and march and you do it your way, I tip my hat to you. But that might not be my preference. I may be doing it in a whole nother area. But the way that I want to do it, or the way that Stephen A. want to do it, or the way that Steven Jackson, my good brother, want to do it, or the way that even Molly or Marcus Spears want to do it, long as their heart is in the right place and they're doing it for the right reasons, let them do it the way that they want to do it. But at the end of the day, I don't even know why we even got to have this conversation, because, again, nobody talked about Kyrie or questioned the character of Kyrie Irving. No one disrespected his family members. We was just talking about a series where he got swept. He got swept. Like that's like you didn't win a game. That's what we're talking about.
That's you. I'm talking about a brother that doesn't want to show up to work half the time, and it cost them that playoff series. That's what I'm talking about. I ain't talking about just a series. I'm talking about a dude that wants to get paid like he's somebody that shows up to work all the time, and he has a resume that shows this brother will take off more vacations than anybody else. And that's guaranteeing himself 6 months of the year off. And he still finds a way to take time off. And it's robbing the fans of Brooklyn. It's robbing NBA fans of his spectacular greatness that we rarely get to see because he has bigger